Northwest Missouri State University hosted the Artists Who Teach featuring Brad LeDuc in the Olive Duluth Fine Arts Building. Brad LeDuc has spent the last 22 years in the classroom as a K-12 art educator and is a high school art teacher at Washburn Rural School in Topeka, Kansas.
Well, in Topeka, if you're an artist or you're into art education, you've heard of Brad LeDuc. He's really well known in that community. And so a lot of people told me, oh, you need to meet Brad, you need to meet Brad. And then when I did meet him, it was more of I just was jumping into his classroom, and I was so just impressed with how focused his kids were and how he interacted with them in this really kind of non-performative way. It was like a genuine, caring, kind of just this projection of love and light to each of the students. And I just thought, wow, this is amazing. What is he doing? And then the work is so professional that he's getting out of the kids too. Yeah, that's how I met Brad.
Art is often an overlooked subject in school, but it can reach a certain audience. Here are some of the most enjoyable reasons for teachers in art education.
Boy, I think the most enjoyable part for me is just relationships and getting to know kids on a more personal level. And then, after those relationships are established, seeing them, develop and create a voice through their work. It's definitely one of the highlights of teaching for sure.
I think the most enjoyable part is when students realize they've discovered something within themselves that they didn't know was there.
At this event, Brad shared some of his students' art projects from the previous years as examples of his teaching, but he also ranked the art projects that were put into the exhibition for this event. There were a lot of great pieces in the Duluth art exhibit which students were able to walk around and view after the presentation. During the presentation, there were some impactful messages that were shared from Brad, including his Unsung Heroes project.
The first one that comes to me is his Unsung Heroes project, where he focused on someone in the school and he had his students decide, who do we want to celebrate? I just thought that was such a wonderful idea, and how they all collaborated to make a portrait of that person. And I also liked that he was having students do really challenging things like installation and looking up statistics that they would explore through art to communicate a message to and about society. I felt like both of those things were just mind-blowing.
Make sure to check the Northwest Missouri State University events calendar to find similar events to this one. To wrap things up, we'll leave you with Brad's favorite quote from Michelangelo.
But one of his quotes, he said, something of the sorts of, my work wouldn't seem that great at all if people knew how hard I work, And I think it's like that with a lot of people who are successful artists, whatever it is they do. But a lot of times there's a lot going on behind the scenes that makes them successful, at least for the people that I look up to. So,
for the stories that matter to you, I'm Jacob Mustard with Channel 8 News.